Hello, this is Yogeshwar 7000 again, and I'm back with another very important video today. And today we will be talking about a very important combination. You can call it a yoga in Vedic astrology, as it's normally called. And this combination is a very benefic combination, can get you kingly pleasures, all the successes in the world. And this is through a grahamaalika. Graha is a English word for planet, and mala is a string. And we'll be talking about a planetary string which makes a grahamaalika combination, or you can call it a grahamaalika yoga. Now there are several types of grahamalika, so I want you to listen to this very carefully, that there are several other types of grahamalikas or planetary strings that form in a birth chart, which may be malefic as well. They necessarily are not positive and benefic, but today we'll not get into all that. We'll just get into a specific grahamaalika yoga or a grahamaalika combination or a planetary string combination which is positive. So you'll come across a lot of other grahamalikas or planetary strings that may be positive, may not be positive, but here we'll be talking about a specific planetary string formed in your birth chart which is positive. So don't get confused if you see other videos where some grahamalikas may be giving malefic effects. So as far as the positive grahamaalika or a planetary string is concerned, and this is coming directly from the scriptures, this is not a copy and paste. All my videos are coming directly from the scriptures. They have references from the scriptures. So in this specific planetary string, the scriptures say that in case the 7 planets be in 7 houses from the ascendant, then a person born with this combination or yoga will be like a king who will be commanding many elephants and horses. And when they talk about elephants and horses and kings, we know that today there are no kings, but then there could be other important positions, people holding high positions, or people be heads of organizations, heads of the military, generals, heads of any state or country, ministers. So you can relate it to those kind of positions which can be related to a king, as if analogy is the king in command of many elephants and horses. Now when we talk about the 7 planets, we are excluding Rahu and Ketu, and once again we are talking about a very specific grahamaalika. We are talking about a very specific planetary string. There'll be other planetary strings or other combinations where Rahu and Ketu would be involved. There may be other planetary strings where only 5 houses and 5 planets may be involved, or 6 houses and 6 planets may be involved, but we're talking in specific terms about this positive planetary string or positive grahamaalika, in which we get benefic results, number 1. Number 2, 7 planets and 7 houses are involved, and number 3, that Rahu and Ketu are excluded. So the first condition was when the 7 planets start from the ascendant, the person born will be a king or equivalent to a king in today's world, in command of many elephants and horses. So that's a positive grahamaalika yoga, or a Sapta grahamaalika yoga, or a 7 planetary strings yoga, which will give this kind of a benefic effect. Now, in case the string starts from the second house, the person will be a king as well, and he will, and here it's not mentioned elephants and horses, it's mentioned that in this yoga he will also be a king, but in this case the king will be owning a lot of wealth, will be very, very dutiful towards his parents, and will have all the virtues. Why? Because here the grahamaalika, or the planetary string, starts from the from the second house, not from the first house. So here's a distinction. If it starts from the first house, then he'll be a king owning elephants and horses. If it starts from the second house, he will be a king owning a lot of wealth, very dutiful towards his parents, and have all the virtues. Why? Because the second house involved here, and second house is about virtues, about family, and about wealth. So here's a slight distinction here, but in both cases they'll be kings, and in both cases the condition has to be 1 house, 1 planet. So 7 houses, 7 planets, Rahu and Ketu excluded. Now, in case the string starts from the 3rd house, the person born will be very heroic and wealthy, however a little sickly. So here there's a distinction. Again, he'll be very wealthy, very heroic. Why? The 3rd house is about your ability your ability to be courageous. So you will be very heroic. It's a house of courage. But sickly. Why sickly? Because of the influence of the 3rd house, where the grahamaalika starts, and the 3rd house, as far as health is concerned, is not very auspicious. However, he'll be like a king, very heroic and wealthy, but sickly. In case the string, or a planetary string, or the maalika, starts from the 4th house, the person will be a very, very liberal king, enjoying good fortune, and he'll be governing many countries. Now there are no countries, so he may be governing, maybe a prime minister governing many states, or a president governing many states. So that's the kind of a explanation which is given in case it starts from the 4th house. 7 planets starting from the 4th house. It'll give him a lot of success, and he'll be very liberal. He'll be a ruler, and many countries or many states. Now, in case the mala, or the maalika, or the planetary string begins with the 5th house, the person, of course, again he'll be a king. And once again, I'm repeating, this particular grahamaalika yoga, or the planetary string combination, is a benefic one. There are other yogas where 5 planets, 5 houses are involved, where 6 planets, 6 houses are involved. There are 9 planets, 9 planets are involved, and they could be malefic grahamaalika yogas, which may give bad results. So do not get confused. There'll be all kinds of grahamaalika yogas. We are talking about a specific grahamaalika yoga, a planetary string yoga, where only 7 houses, 7 planets are involved. They will only give benefic results, and Rahu and Ketu are excluded. They'll give you kingly pleasures. So in case in this yoga the string, the planetary string, starts with the 5th house, again the person will be a king, and he'll be performing a lot of sacrifices and getting fame, rituals. he'll be getting fame through rituals. So he'll be a king, he'll be performing a lot of sacrifices and rituals, religious rituals, and through those he will get a lot of fame. Now, in case the planetary string starts from the 6th house, the person born in this yoga, he'll be getting a lot of wealth and comforts, and he'll be like a king. However, he will get those wealths and comforts at different stages of his life. It will not be a smooth, constant flow of money. He'll have kingly pleasures, but at some stages of his life, not all the stages. Why? Because the 6th house is a house of obstruction, so there'll be all kinds of obstructions, but still he'll be having kingly pleasures, a lot of wealth, but not all his life, but in different phases of his life. Now, in case a person is born with the planetary string starting from the 7th house, he'll be a king again, and he will be having a large number of wives who will love him. Why? Because the 7th house is involved. 7th house is about spouse. And in case the planetary string starts from the 8th house, so he'll be a very distinguished person, like a king again. And the good thing is he'll be blessed with a very long life, because 8th house is about longevity. But he may lose his wealth as well because of the 8th house involvement, where it starts from. So he may not be very wealthy. So you can imagine somebody, a king whose treasury is kind of empty, he'll have a long life, and he'll be a known personality, a king-like personality, a general or a head of an organization or a head of a state. But he's going to be troubled with financial problems all the times. So that's the effect of the grahamaalika, or the planetary strings, which starts from the 8th house. In case the yoga starts from the 9th house, the person will be having very good qualities, very religious, because 9th house is about, again, dharma. It's a dharma house, house of religion. Will perform a lot of sacrifices and rituals, and he'll be very, very strong, a mighty ruler, a king, and he'll be known for his good qualities. And in case the planetary string starts from the 10th house, the person will be king-like, and he will be taking birth to perform very good acts, and he will have a lot of prestige in society. He'll be known. So here, if the 10th house, if the grahamaalika starts from the 10th house, he'll be known for his work, pretty much, because 10th house is a karma bhava. In case the planetary string, or the grahamaalika, starts from the 11th house, he'll be like a king again, like all the other combinations we have just discussed. But in case this starts from the 11th house, then the person will, of course, be like a king, and at the same time he will fulfill his desires, and especially desires related to women. That's what has been mentioned in the scriptures. So 11th house scriptures of the grahamaalika yoga, starting from the 11th house, the scriptures say the Sapta grahamaalika yoga, I'm making it clear, the 7 planetary string combination yoga, which starts from the 7th house, from the 11th house, will give him princely and kingly pleasures, and especially related to beautiful women. So that's been mentioned in the scriptures. And in case the grahamaalika, or the planetary string, starts from the 12th house for the next seven houses, the person will love to spend a lot. He'll be very lavish in his expenditure, and he will be known and honored because he's a great spender of money. He spends it lavishly, so he'll be known for that, for spending his money lavishly, and he'll live like a king as well. So this was a little discussion on the planetary string combination, or the grahamaalika yoga, where, and this specific, once again, this specific yoga is involving 7 planets, 7 houses, 1 planet in each house, Rahu and Ketu excluded. And this is a positive yoga, not to be confused with other grahamaalika yogas which are negative. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. In the meanwhile, I will recommend subscribe to my channel and check out my website. There is a link below, and I'll see you with an interesting topic on Vedic astrology very soon. Goodbye.